In response to a stressful event, the body goes through a fight-or-flight response. One symptom in particular is the adrenal gland's release of epinephrine, which is what initiates this transduction pathway. The epinephrine bonds to the adrenergic receptor proteins on the cell membrane. Now that the receptor is activated, a G protein is able to bind to it. The GDP that was originally bonded to the subunit is replaced with GTP, enabling the G protein subunit to bind to the adenylyl cyclase. Now that the adenylyl cyclase is active, it is able to convert ATP into CAMP, or cyclic AMP. Epinephrine is now released from the adrenergic receptor protein. Also, now that the G protein subunit has fulfilled its purpose of activating adenylyl cyclase, its GTP switches back to GDP, and it bonds back with the remainder of the G protein that releases from the adrenergic receptor protein. Now cyclic AMP bonds to the regulatory part of protein kinase A, activating it. A catalytic subunit is releasing ATP and a phosphate bind to it, which will then be transferred to phosphorylase B, activating it into phosphorylase A by adding a phosphate group onto the protein. Phosphorylase A activates glycogen phosphorylase, breaking down glycogen into glucose. Now more glucose is available to the body during a fight-or-flight response for energy. Now that the response has been achieved, the epinephrine transduction pathway is complete.